Oh, come join us. We're going to be watching the Rebels.
Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here. Well, we didn't have a lot of coffee this morning, I promise, but we're going to be watching more Star Wars Rebels today. We are on episode 17 of season 3, and we really enjoyed the last 2 episodes with Sabine's arc. Arc, is that 3 episodes or 2 episodes? But we'll just say an arc. Right. But yeah, so she has a dark saber. She fought off Saxon, and her mom killed Saxon because he was going to shoot her in the back.
Yeah, he was going to.
She's with her family now.
Mm-hmm. He was desperate. He was going to just do her in.
Yeah.
Did. Yeah, that was insane. And now she's staying back with her family, which we discussed last time. We think that's a really good idea because she needs to bring the people together. She needs to help her family, get her dad back if possible. And I think going back to Mandalore or whatever their next step is, I think in the long run, doing all this stuff together is going to unite everyone, make it stronger, and it'll be good.
Yeah, and then in the long run, the rebels will be stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah,
definitely.
It's a good plan.
I don't like them being separated, but it's for the right reasons.
And hopefully it's just temporary.
That's right, yeah.
And did we introduce each other? Storm, Mom, Kim? I think we did.
We did.
That's right. So shall we just get into this episode, see what this is going to be about?
Let's do it.
Ooh.
Let's do it. Mom's an awesome Jedi.
Cool.
She's using the Force to bring you in. And we're watching on Disney Plus. So 3:17. This is fun. It's like a video game. Ooh. I thought we were going to stay in this POV.
We have tractor lock.
I'll head up the boarding party.
Let me go. You're making a mistake.
Oh.
What are you looking at, Imperial scum? Be careful with that.
Wicked voice.
Commander, I found 2 more. Droids?
Leave us. I'll interrogate him myself.
Most troopers don't even know what I look like now.
I hope that's true for both our sakes. If they discover you here, I'll be executed for treason.
I suppose for now, we'll just have to trust each other.
Open this door. Admiral Thrawn's fleet just arrived, and he has summoned us aboard his ship. Bring the prisoner.
Oh, goodness, no!
Oh, this is so perfect. It's so bad.
Sorry, it's so bad.
The helmet.
The paint job.
Yeah.
Protocol is for us to provide it as testimony against the thief.
Very well. I haven't been summoned by ranking officers since that incident with the princess from Alderaan. It was not a pleasant meeting.
Oh, that was so uncomfortable. That was him, yeah.
Take him to detention block B7.
Oh, didn't hit him for good measure.
Thrawn's Star Destroyer? What in blazes are you doing there? Well, that really changes the plan. Our clearance codes are for the light cruiser.
Come on, guys.
Clearance codes? We'll have to find an officer's port.
That's not going to be easy.
Your code cylinders.
Now see here, I'm a lieutenant.
It's serious.
You're clear to proceed, Lieutenant.
Oh, he's fighting. Whoa, and he's muscular.
Override quote. Rock.
Huh. Excuse me while I change.
Colonel Yularen. I don't know if you remember me from the academy.
Codename Fulcrum. Today we're going to learn their true identity.
Ooh.
Oh god, it's like so close. He has to know.
Thank you for your enthusiasm, Lieutenant. However, few are above suspicion. ISB Colonel Yularen will question each of you, as I'm on the verge of locating the rebel base in this sector. I've narrowed it down to these worlds. You're dismissed.
But
But in our technological system, accessing information tends to be easier than having the means to transmit it without the Empire's knowledge.
If I can do anything to help.
I'll let you know. Agent?
yeah, they have a good rapport.
Actually, Lieutenant List was responsible.
Oh, he's going to try to
yes,
push
right.
him on it.
Well, that deserves commendation.
Thank you,
You
Governor.
will die later.
Thrawn has no proof yet, but I'm sure he'd be grateful if you kept an eye on her.
He can count on me.
Oh, he's doomed.
Oh, he's going to try to set him up.
A coded rebel message was beamed from this ship right after an off-ship prisoner was transferred to your detention block, B7.
Well,
He's gone.
Stealthy.
Please stop that.
Oh.
It worked before.
Thrawn is very close to locating your base. I need to know its location so I can remove it from his database.
God, this is too close.
We'll do it, but how will we know if Thrawn is in his office?
Lieutenant List, where are you?
Following Price.
We'll have to get you a uniform.
The code records show your Lieutenant List was the last person to access this cell.
I liked being a bounty.
Poor Liz.
You are Lieutenant List. Here is his code cylinder. Get him to open the door with it.
Just strategy alone, or should you use the Force? Good. He's really good at that now. Woo.
They'll intercept the transmission.
Yeah, that a secret code was transmitted from Thrawn's office.
Good point.
I peach it off.
Yeah.
Admiral Thrawn is headed for his office.
Whoopsie
Try to
daisy.
stall him.
I can't. He's at the door.
Oh, no.
Door.
Come out, wherever you
I'm just gonna say
Oh,
that. Come on.
boy. That's right.
He'll
I
know that it's
memorized
secret.
every planet, and one is gone.
Is everything all right, sir?
Apparently so. Yes.
He knows.
Oh!
Wait.
Huh?
Okay, sneak out. Sneak out.
Yeah.
Alright, that's a good distraction.
Yeah.
Did he see?
Yeah.
Did he see? Oh, he saw List. He thought who he thought he was List. Oh no, not the artifact. Uh-oh. He's back in power.
Hey, Gramps, you want to fill me in?
Lot of ships.
How many?
Comfortable? I thought I lost a little weight.
It shrank.
There's our ride.
I'm sure we can.
Shoot him.
It won't do it?
We're stunned.
She is the traitor.
Oh no! That's good for them.
No.
Uh-oh. No, he's gonna do kill?
Kanan!
Ooh.
List.
Come on, we've got to go.
Oh, we
Gotta
didn't see
go.
him.
Oh good, you can swap it out again. That's good.
Oh, perfect timing.
Come on.
He
There's
can't.
been a change of plans now.
That is good.
His mentor's gonna be on it though.
You're the rebel spy. Troopers, seize him!
Tell them, Callus. It's her. She's the one.
I kinda feel bad for him.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, survival to the
Code
fittest.
cylinder
Yeah.
confirms our suspicion.
He did not succeed.
He might see
The
something.
Empire will make a note of your service.
I don't know, then they're gonna discuss something.
Between you and I don't believe it.
And I don't think Lieutenant List is capable of what you've accused him of.
I agree.
Sir,
A stylized expression of a Lothcat, a ubiquitous native of Lothal, and rendered by a very familiar artist. Colonel Yularen Callus is the rebel spy.
Oh, she does know.
Yes, he does know.
I believe Agent Fulcrum will prove far more useful to the Empire.
But he's so right.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
god.
Connected the dots so quickly.
Who knew we'd be so fearful for Callus's
Oh my
life?
gosh, yeah.
Should have took off with them.
Oh boy.
Darn it.
He tried to do
Beware,
the right
Callus.
thing. He really thinks
Yes,
he
he
could do
did.
better being there, and I agree, but we kind
now-
of thought that.
Oh, boy.
Hey, look how Thrawn has been so skilled in the past. Like, he's just so freaking aware. He has so much knowledge. We're like saying that every time we
so
talk about
he's
Thrawn,
scary.
but he really studies it, and that's so fun about his character. Because just seeing that slab, that all the paint with Sabine, like, we love her style, but it's so recognizable. And then him just breaking it down to know that it was Ezra, like, oh, it's a Lothcat, and oh my God, it's so bad.
And everything
My
that
God.
Callus he was suspect about Callus before too is connecting
Yeah.
with this, and it's true. List wasn't as keen on to do this. He can't be Fulcrum. He couldn't be because he was. It's not in his character. He doesn't have it in him.
How scary was that conversation to hear, like, wow, that went too easy. Like, that was very alarmingly too easy. And he just knows. He's baiting them to go that far.
To see how it's
Wow,
going.
and Callus is incredible to do all of that, to switch the, little devices so it can
Right.
tell who's who, the cylinder, whatever.
Oh, my God.
And then get it back at the end.
Wow.
But he was right from the start. He was yelling at Ezra. He's like, if anyone recognizes you, like, Ezra gets too cocky about that. Like, yes, it's a huge empire, but you're going to run into someone that might recognize you. And with technology, too, they have pictures and stuff. Who knows? Like, but in this case, we have Thrawn directly going there. So that did screw over Callus,
Oh, boy,
I mean, he was already suspected anyways.
Yes, he was. Oh man, poor Callus. What's going to happen now?
Fearful for Callus.
Yeah, I'm really hoping his, like, professor guy, like, I hope he'll do something, because even though he's for the Empire, there's something about his voice and the way he was talking to Callus. You were my best pupil. Like, he really respects him, and he seems like he has, like, a caring nature about him.
Yes.
And yes, he's working for the
I
Empire,
agree.
but you can't always judge, like, that person.
I felt that about him too. Yeah.
So he might go on the rebel side, or maybe he'll sacrifice himself trying to save Callus in some way.
maybe.
That's my
Yeah,
assumption.
I
I'm
hope
going to guess
so.
that.
That would be good.
But now I'm terrified. I mean, he stayed behind. He had an opportunity to leave, and I think that's more heroic of him. I don't think he was fearful to stay back because he doesn't trust the rebels at this point. I know he questioned it, but I think because he actually knows he could do more good if he stays there to help out the rebels.
But even with this tactic of just staying there, I mean, he's got to know it's closing in.
Mm-hmm.
It
makes him more of a hero, but at the same time, it's
only
really
temporary.
bad.
Yes.
So it might not even help the rebels at all at this point, because now they're going to have to do a rescue mission to get him out of there, or he's just going to get killed.
That's right.
I don't think Thrawn's going to kill him, though, because like you said, Fulcrum's a lot more helpful to them than Callus is right now. So they can just, prolong this and get more information and probably find out. where
Set him up
Tucker
even
is.
more so it's a definitive
That's right.
thing where he can't get out of it. He can't get out of the trap they're going to make him.
Boy.
I don't know. Or just let him believe that he's not discovered to the point where they just start breaking apart the transmissions. Because now that they fully know, and even as I keep saying professor, but even though he was like, oh yeah, the way that the transmissions are done, like it's in a way that we're not used to seeing. So now that Callus is not aware that they don't suspect him, he might say certain things that will lead to understand how to break the code or the transmission or whatever.
Right,
And then we'll
because
figure
Thrawn
it
is
out,
he's
figure
a
out
quick,
more about the rebels.
Yeah, he's a quick learner. He'll know. He'll get down to it.
How crazy was it to see Thrawn actually sparring with those huge,
I
heavy
know.
machines?
What a workout.
Yeah, I didn't think he was a muscular guy. Like, I know I judged it, but just how
muscular.
calm. Yeah, because he was.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, he was just so calm, and, the way he talks is so low, where you have to kind of, like, lean in, but it's more
Beware.
intimidating. But he seems like he's all intellect and not physical. But no, he was freaking, like, full on, and he does it all the time.
Yeah, and he wasn't like winded or anything. He wasn't taking some water. He was just like, okay, next thing.
He just recharges all his energy from just getting that low. And
That's right.
yeah, he's a pretty formidable foe.
Oh boy, I guess so.
Yeah, that was a pretty intense episode.
And Chopper and AP5, they're so good. They're so
I
good.
love them
They're
together. They're
funny.
so funny. And Chopper, again, like him with his incognito mode or something where he has the paint job that Sabine
that's
doesn't
right.
give him anymore because she's not there, right? And so
Right.
how does he get painted like that? They just do it? I just thought Sabine did it every time. When he has like the
I don't
different
know,
color
the
scheme.
darker, yeah.
That's something.
I don't
Yeah,
know how to
curious
do
now.
that.
Oh, wow.
Maybe she taught him.
Like,
the
it would be
basics.
funny if you could actually see the difference and it's like really crappy because like Ezra can't paint or something.
That's right.
It's like, we did the best that we
That
could.
might
Or
come
maybe
up.
it's like just a template that they just follow. You just have to stay within the lines or something.
That's right.
Well, it takes a lot of time though. It's really time consuming.
Yeah.
If they do it on the way there, then they have to let them dry for a day or two.
You know, the whole
Past period.
thing with them and even with Callus, they were walking so slowly. I'm like, guys, you gotta go a little
AP5,
faster.
I think we've
Yeah.
seen him run a
Yeah.
little bit. He's kind of like C3PO
He's like, yeah.
where he's not full on run.
Yeah.
It's like, go faster, go faster.
Give him a boot.
Yeah. But how cool are the droids, too, where they are on mission as well, and they know how to improvise as well. And they're like, okay, well, okay, so now we have to go find this. And they're just, like, hanging out in the door of the ship. Like, what do we do at this point? You know, so that was kind of neat. I know we've seen that, but it's kind
Just
of fun
going
to see
after
them
those codes.
do what
Oh
they
my
have to
gosh.
do and like lie to other people, because even though they're robots, they're really intelligent and can think for themselves.
And
And
they have to
and they
think.
stick on mission and lie to the enemy, and I think that's fun to see that.
Yeah.
It is, because it's challenging. Otherwise, I mean, they know it
Does not
humans so
compute.
well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's a lie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love their personalities. AP5 cracks me up.
Oh, doesn't he?
I love him with Chopper, and I'm happy to always see him along.
That
you
is
know,
good.
Their story.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Ezra, he was so good. He was just so helpful. He was just so you know, you're right when you say he was cocky. He was cocky right off the bat, and he's like, "Come on, we can just do this. Let's just go." But it's so much deeper than that. You just can't go. And unfortunately, Callus is gonna. He will see his demise. I mean, they're going to catch him.
Yeah. And not that they had time, but it was quick, and Ezra didn't fight him on that. He just said, okay,
right,
and, you know, Callus had to say that little something. Luckily, List, because he was knocked out, didn't hear it. And in a way, I know List is kind of I don't want to say buffoon, but he's like this naive, I don't know.
Yes.
I feel bad for him, but again, Princess Leia, she was the one who was like berating him, right, and making him feel so bad, and he was just trying to be like a good host. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh yes, my apologies, or whatever he was saying." I just remember him being like, "Oh God,"
Yes.
and he was constantly being yelled at. And then here he was accused of a major crime, but luckily for him, which is kind of an insult too, because they know that he's not capable of doing something so intelligent, you know?
I know.
Yeah, so luckily he's not going to be executed, I'm sure, at this point, because they don't believe it was him at all, because it was Callus.
Right, and Callus is that's gonna be a big red flag for Callus if nothing does happen to List. You know,
I bet you
they
they
might
do,
use him
yeah.
as an example, and then think, you know, because they already know they're already up on Callus.
Oh, can you imagine? Honestly, they might actually carry that through, so that way he believes it. So they might still execute him. That would be
Poor
insane. Oh, I would feel so terrible.
And I would
like,
too,
not
because
only-
he might just say, "Hey, you know, Callus told me, you know, he put the bug in my ear about Price, and that's why I was following her, and I thought it was Price all along because of ABCD, you know, all
Yeah,
his
but it doesn't
reasons.
matter because they already know he's innocent.
Exactly, and
So it doesn't even matter.
But to him, it's going to be like, you know, but Callus is the one who told me, Callus, you know, so.
Oh wow! Yeah.
How bad would that be? I mean, yes, you would die as a traitor, but an epic traitor that could outsmart everyone, break into Thrawn's room and, you know, like disrupt everything. But no, like they know, like the main people know that it wasn't him. He's not capable of doing that, but yet you're going to die for being a traitor. So he gets both negative things or three negative
right,
things.
no matter
he also
what,
dies for
he's
it.
done for it.
Yeah, it's just awful for his reputation and his life, and it just sucks. I don't know. I'm assuming they might actually go through with it now because that would make it more horrific. Like, holy crap! Like,
And why not? They can get another lieutenant, no problem.
yeah, because Thrawn would be also like, well, you're nothing to me because you're a big screw up and you were easily led by the enemy and completely I mean, he planned that something like that would happen, but still, like, he was weak in that, so he might just be like, well, I don't care, you're not a good asset for me, so screw you. Woo, Thrawn, he is a scary guy. Yeah. So if you want to watch the next episode, you can check out our links below if you're watching on our YouTube or Vimeo. We love you guys, and we'll see you very soon as always.
Bye.
Bye, guys.